Hi everybody, today we're going to be talking about lesson 37, solving multi-step word problems. So today we're going to be looking at problems where the word problem is going to give us some information, but not enough to solve the question they're asking. So instead we have to go through a series of 2 or 3 steps and really look at the words in order to figure out what to do. This is going to involve drawing some pictures, doing some math, so this is going to take you a little bit of time. So let's get started with example number 1. Huang is 5 years older than Robert. Robert is 3 years older than Sally. Sally is 15 years old. How old is Huang? Well, I don't know how old Robert is. I don't know how old Huang is, but I do know how old Sally is. So I'm going to start by drawing a picture of a rectangle representing Sally's age. Okay, and this is Sally, and Sally is 15 years old. My problem says that Robert is 3 years older than Sally. So because he's older, I'm going to draw a taller rectangle. And this is Robert. Robert is 15, and if Sally was to grow or age 3 more years, I would have the height of Robert. So Robert is Sally's 15 years plus 3, so Robert is 18 years old. I go back and reread my problem again, and now it says Huang is 5 years older than Robert. Well, if Robert is 18, Huang is more than 18. If Robert was to age 5 years, Huang is going to be Robert's 18 years plus 5 additional years. So 18 plus 5 is 23. So Huang is 23 years old. Now, we can also look at this by saying, just by doing the simple addition, okay? Robert equals Sally's 15 plus 3, and Huang equals Robert plus 5. Well, if Robert equals 15 plus 3, which is 18, we can then substitute the R for 18 plus 5. Okay? If you understand the pictures and you're ready to go into a little bit more variable math, this is the problem for you. If this confuses you, stick with the pictures. Okay? So, the ultimate answer though is that Huang is 23 years old. All right, let's look at example 2. If you want a similar explanation, this explanation is in your book on page 266. So it's another drawing just like I did, but might be a little clearer in case you need the explanation. All right, example 2. Liam earns $16 for every hour he works. If he works for more than 8 hours on any given day, he earns $24 for each additional hour. Yesterday, Liam worked for 10 hours. What was his income for the day? Well, we know that for every hour he works, he earns $16 for up to 8 hours. So step 1 is to find out how much he earned in those 8 hours. So $16 an hour times 8 hours. 6 times 8 is 48. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he earned $128 for those first 8 hours. But we know he worked 10 hours, so for 2 more hours, he earned $24 an hour for the last 2 hours that he worked. So those 2 hours, he earned $48. So to find out what he earned altogether, we need to add these two products. So $128 for the first 8 hours plus $48 for the last 2 hours is $176 altogether. So I first had to figure out how much he earned with his normal rate in the first 8 hours, find out how much he earned with his overtime rate for the last 2 hours, and then add those two products together. All right, let's look at example 3. Last night, Kiara studied for twice as long as Emily, and Alondra studied for 10 minutes more than Emily. Kiara studied for 40 minutes. Which expression can be used to find the number of minutes Alondra studied? Okay, well, let's think about this for a minute. Kiara studied for 40 minutes. Kiara studied for twice as long as Emily. So Emily studied half as long as Kiara. So if Emily studied half as long, we're going to divide Kiara's time by 2. So that takes out A and B because I'm not multiplying. Emily didn't study longer, Kiara studied longer. So I know it's not B because it's not 40 times 2, it's 40 divided by 2. And then Alondra studied more than Emily. So since she studied more, we're going to be adding time, not subtracting time. So Emily studied for 20 minutes because 40 divided by 2 equals 20. That's how long Emily studied, but Alondra studied for 10 minutes more than Emily. So now I'm going to add 10. So D here is my answer. So the key words here you really need to pay attention to is this phrase right here. Kiara studied twice as long as Emily. And you need to really think about what does that mean? Does that mean Kiara's time, 40 minutes times 2, or Kiara's time, 40 minutes divided by 2? And that's going to be your key phrase there. Okay, that's it. There are 5 lesson practice problems. Please make sure you show all of your work. Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the morning.